The Galactic Military Academy's training deck fell silent as the crack echoed through the air. Cadet Marcus Rivera touched his cheek, feeling the warm blood where General Thaxnill's ceremonial gauntlet had split the skin. The Vorthak general stood 2 meters tall, his crystalline body refracting light into prismatic patterns, for arms crossed in a display of dominance that had cowed 100 species. Pathetic, Thaxnill announced to the Mixed Species Assembly. This is what Earth sends us? Their finest? You couldn't even dodge a casual strike, human. Rivera remained still, his hand dropping from his face. Around them, cadets from dozen worlds watched in horrified silence. Nobody challenged a Vorthak general. Their species had conquered systems for 3 millennia, their bodies naturally armored, their reaction time superior to most known life forms. Nothing to say? Thaxnill leaned down, his faceted eyes gleaming. Your species applied for full membership in the Galactic Alliance. But you're just soft pink flesh. Weak, slow, useless. Rivera's brown eyes shifted, meeting the general's gaze. Permission to respond, sir? Speak, worm. 3 seconds. Thaxnill's mandibles clicked in confusion. What? You have 3 seconds to apologize, General. The training deck erupted in nervous laughter from the non-human cadets. A reptilian cadet called out, "The human's gone mad." The strike addled his brain. Thaxnill himself laughed, a sound like grinding glass. You threaten me, cadet? I've killed warriors from species you can't even pronounce. I've broken planets that... 1. The general's laughter stopped. Something in the human's voice had changed. The temperature in the room seemed to drop, though the environmental controls hadn't shifted. You dare. 2. Rivera's muscles hadn't tensed. His breathing hadn't changed. But every instinct Thaxnill had developed over centuries of combat suddenly screamed danger. The other cadets felt it too, that primitive recognition of a predator that transcended species. I'll destroy you for this insult. 3. Rivera moved. To the watching cadets, he simply vanished. The security footage, reviewed later at 1/10 speed, would show something else entirely. The human's body had shifted in ways that shouldn't have been possible for his species' anatomy. Every motion flowed into the next with a precision that spoke of countless hours of training, of muscles conditioned beyond normal limits, of a nervous system rewired for one purpose: combat. His palm struck Thaxnill's primary joint, shattering it. As the general's arm went limp, Rivera's elbow found the secondary breathing valve, closing it with surgical precision. A knee to the crystalline structure's natural weak point, a flaw the Vorthak had kept secret for millennia, sent spider web cracks through the general's torso. The final strike, a simple finger jab to a specific facet near the base of Thaxnill's skull, overloaded his neural cluster. The general collapsed, his massive frame hitting the deck with a sound like a chandelier falling. His remaining functional arms scrambled weakly at the floor as his body tried to remember how to move. Rivera stood over him, not even breathing hard. Earth's military history spans 6,000 years of recorded warfare, General. We've turned killing into an art form, then felt bad about it and turned it into a science. We studied peace so hard we had to invent new ways to wage war against war itself. He knelt beside the writhing general. You know what makes humans special? It's not our strength or speed. It's that we're insane enough to look at a creature 3 times our size and think, I bet there's a weak spot. And then we're patient enough to find it. Thaxnill's secondary voice box wheezed, Mercy. Please. Oh, now you want mercy? Rivera stood, addressing the stunned assembly. Here's what you need to understand about humans. We're not the strongest. We're not the fastest. But we're the only species that turned our own physical weakness into our greatest weapon. We had to get creative. We had to get smart. We had to get mean. He looked back down at Thaxnill. Your species evolved natural armor. We evolved the ability to find what's underneath it. You developed forearms. We developed fighting styles that turn multiple limbs into multiple vulnerabilities. The medical team rushed in, scanning the general. The chief medic, a Zilani with phosphorescent skin, looked up in shock. He's alive, but how did you know exactly where to strike? These pressure points? They're not in any database. Rivera smiled coldly. First rule of human warfare, Doctor. Everything has a weakness. Second rule. He walked toward the exit, passing the stunned cadets. We really like finding them. As the doors closed behind him, he called back. The apology was for striking a cadet without proper challenge protocol, General. The beating? That was just education. Welcome to humanity's classroom.